Names and Money Identity, Money Magic Series. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Money Magic Series. Your name signs your fate. What wealth does your signature summon? We take names for granted. They seem like labels, arbitrary sounds strung together so people can call us across a room. But names are not neutral. They are the most compact spell you carry, a sigil you write and repeat across your entire life. In the world of money, your name is more than identification. It is the key that opens accounts, the mark that seals contracts, the code that determines your financial destiny. When you understand the magical weight of your name, you begin to see how deeply it shapes your relationship with wealth. From the moment you are born, your name binds you to legal and financial systems. A birth certificate records it, a social security or national insurance number attaches to it, and from then on, every transaction is filtered through that name. You can hold money, but until it is tied to your name, it doesn't belong to you in the eyes of society. Your name is not decoration, it is ownership. That is why signatures carry so much force. When you sign, you don't just scribble letters. You call your name into action as a binding spell. The bank, the court, the landlord, the state, all recognize that squiggle as your vow, your energy, your responsibility. A contract without your name is nothing. A contract with your name is law. That's magic hiding in plain sight. Ancient cultures understood this more directly. In Egypt, to know a god's true name was to hold power over it. Names were guarded, whispered only in temples. In Hebrew tradition, the divine name was considered too sacred to pronounce, replaced with titles to avoid misuse. In many indigenous cultures, children are given secret names alongside public ones because names are seen as energetic blueprints, portals into essence. This same principle applies in finance today, though disguised as bureaucracy. Your legal name is the public spell by which systems bind you. It is why debt collectors obsess over names, why fraud depends on stealing names, and why changing a name can shift a person's entire financial fate. Think of how names echo through money. Corporations are legally treated as persons once they are named and registered. That's why they are called corporations, bodies created through naming. A company without a name cannot open a bank account, cannot sign a contract, cannot exist legally. The act of naming brings it into financial life. This is sigil magic on an industrial scale. The logos and brand names you see on storefronts are spells cast over markets. Apple, Nike, Amazon. Short, potent words carrying archetypal resonance. People forget that brand names are simply names given legal bodies, and those names channel billions. On a personal level, your name shapes how others respond to you financially. Studies show that resumes with certain names receive more callbacks than others, not because of qualifications, but because of subconscious biases. Names signal class, ethnicity, history. They act as talismans or curses in professional spaces. That is why some people change their names when they enter new careers, why performers adopt stage names, why immigrants adjust names to fit local expectations. It is not vanity, it is survival in a system where names decide access. The psychology of your own name matters too. When you see it on a paycheck, something activates inside you. When you hear it called in a waiting room, you feel recognized. When you sign it on a contract, you feel committed. The repetition of writing and speaking your name is a form of affirmation, whether positive or negative. If you associate your name with scarcity, shame, or failure, every signature reinforces that energy. If you associate it with authority, abundance, and freedom, every use strengthens your claim to wealth. This is why consciously working with your name is a potent form of money magic. Consider the act of the signature itself. Historically, people marked contracts with seals or personal symbols before literacy spread. These marks were unique identifiers, compressed expressions of identity. When signatures evolved, they became the modern equivalent of magical sigils, abstracted, stylized scripts that represent the self. The power of a signature lies not in legibility, but in intention. Some are sharp and bold, others flowing and soft. Graphologists even analyze signatures for traits: ambition, secrecy, generosity, pride. Whether or not you believe their interpretations, the principle remains. Your signature is not random. It is a glyph you repeat thousands of times, charging it with your energy each time. If you think of it as nothing, it acts as nothing. If you treat it as spell, it acts as spell. This is why fraud and forgery are treated as such serious crimes. To fake a name is to fake a soul. To sign without authority is to hijack energy. Entire legal systems revolve around preventing unauthorized use of names, because names are recognized as power. That recognition proves the magical truth. Names are not labels, but levers. There is also the deeper question of inherited names. Surnames often carry the weight of lineage, ancestry, and history. Some are tied to professions: Smith, Baker, Cooper, reflecting wealth patterns embedded in family trades. Others are tied to geography or status. When you carry your family name, you carry its financial karma, its blessings, and its burdens. Inherited debt, generational wealth, reputational advantage or disadvantage, all of these are carried in the syllables you sign. That is why rituals around renaming exist across cultures, to break free of old patterns or to claim new ones. In magic, naming is always initiation. In money, it is the same. Think of debt contracts. When you sign your name, you literally bind yourself into obligation. The numbers mean nothing without the name. This is why the hook, "Your name signs your fate," is not metaphor, but fact. Your financial fate is sealed by your name's presence. Miss a payment, and your name is reported. Repay faithfully, and your name builds credit. Credit itself is a score tied not to your soul, but to your name's behavior in financial systems. Employers check it, landlords check it, banks check it. They are not checking you, they are checking the spell of your name. Now imagine the flip side, renaming yourself financially. Some people open accounts with business names, LLCs, trusts. They create layers of naming that protect and multiply wealth. Each name is another sigil, another spell, another body in the system. Wealthy individuals often don't operate under their personal names, but under networks of named entities. They understand that names create doors. The average person walks into every room carrying one key. The wealthy walk in with a key ring of names. That is money magic through naming. There's also the resonance of sound. Speak your name aloud and notice how it feels. Does it cut sharply, flow smoothly, resonate deeply? Sound is vibration, and vibration is frequency. Your name is a mantra you did not choose, but one you can work with. Some traditions encourage chanting your name as meditation to harmonize with self. Others create sacred names for ritual use, separate from public ones. In financial terms, repeating your name with affirmation. I, name, claim abundance. I, name, sign prosperity into being. Imprints that frequency. The same way you can charge a word like wealth or flow, you can charge your own name. Every bill you sign, every account you open, becomes another opportunity to program reality through your signature sigil. This is why it is worth examining your relationship with your name. Do you cringe when you say it? Do you feel pride? Do you write it quickly, almost hiding it, or boldly declaring it? Each interaction is a micro-ritual. You might not notice, but your subconscious notices. And because money runs on subconscious programming, your name's vibration matters. A person who writes their name timidly into contracts is broadcasting scarcity. A person who signs with flourish is broadcasting authority. Systems respond accordingly, because other humans pick up the energy encoded in the name. From the macro to the micro, names and money are entwined. Nations print the names of treasuries, mints, or leaders onto currency. Banks are named entities that gain trust through centuries of repetition. Corporations guard their names as fiercely as temples guarded deities. You can lose assets but keep the brand name, and the company survives. You can lose contracts but keep the reputation tied to your name, and opportunities still arrive. Reputation, after all, is nothing more than the echo of your name across minds. That echo attracts or repels wealth. So the question becomes, how do you work with your name consciously? Begin by seeing it not as accident, but as spell. Write it with intention. Speak it with confidence. Treat signatures not as chores, but as rituals. Before signing a contract, pause, breathe, and visualize your name glowing, anchoring wealth rather than debt. When you see your name on a paycheck, acknowledge it as blessing. When you see it on a bill, affirm that it represents your capacity to circulate value, not your depletion. These small shifts reprogram your relationship with the sigil you carry everywhere. Ultimately, your name is the bridge between identity and economy. It is the word the world uses to bind you, the glyph you use to command access, the vibration you carry into every financial interaction. Ignore it, and it binds you unconsciously. Honor it, and it becomes your ally. Your name signs your fate. The only question is whether you let others script it, or whether you wield it as the sigil it has always been. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Manifestation series, where we don't just talk about manifesting, we master it. Because let's be honest, manifestation has been watered down, reduced to vague quotes, mood boards, and empty promises. But you didn't come here to wish. You came here to build a reality that hits different. A reality that responds to your frequency, your language, your alignment, and your decision to stop playing small. This series is not fluff. It's physics, frequency, and fierce creative power. Inside the Manifestation series, you're going to learn how to collapse timelines, shift identities, and speak worlds into existence, just like the greatest minds in history. This isn't just about being positive. This is about being powerful. Here's what you unlock inside. Vision to reality, the vision board course. You've heard about vision boards, but you've never done them like this. This is a full energetic ritual, a precision-coded map for your subconscious, designed to bridge image, frequency, and strategy. It's not arts and crafts. It's blueprinting your future in visual form and turning it into matter. Time, quantum timelines, and why time isn't real. Manifestation doesn't take time. It takes alignment. In this module, I'll show you how time is just a mirror of energy and how to collapse timelines using choice, clarity, and vibration. Past, present, future, they're happening now. And when you know how to navigate time quantum style, you stop waiting and start receiving. Quantum jumping, instantly up level. Your next level life isn't years away. It's one decision away. In this training, you'll learn how to quantum jump, how to shift into a version of you that already has what you desire. This isn't fantasy. It's how high-performance creators, athletes, and spiritual masters leap beyond limits. Jump now. Land in power. Every word. The power of affirmations and spoken language. Words build worlds. In this course, I show you how to use affirmations like spell work, not just repeating empty mantras, but speaking with vibration, intention, and spiritual force. If you've ever felt like affirmations don't work, this will change everything. You'll learn to command your field, not just request from it. The greats, learning from the most exceptional minds in history. We're not the first to master this. In this legendary module, we decode the techniques, habits, and quantum genius of the world's most powerful manifestors, from ancient sages to modern icons. You'll learn how to think like the greats, move like the greats, and manifest like the greats. This isn't another feel-good series. This is a spiritual weapon, disguised as a manifestation course. It's made for leaders, cycle breakers, visionaries, and soul builders. You don't need another wish list. You need a system that teaches you how to bend reality. This is that system. So if you're ready to stop playing with potential and start creating results, welcome to your next level. The manifestation series is open now. You know what to do. Let's build what they said was impossible and make it inevitable.